Hey there, Curtis coming at you from the Full Octane Garage. Today we're going to expose a little bit of a mistake that we made in selecting a part for our build. We went through and got an ICT Billet front runner system, or at least a bracket for our air conditioning compressor. We did a video on the installation. Looks really cool until we put our radiator surround or our core support in, and then we test fitted our inner fender and we ran into some problems. We'll show you a little bit about what's happening with that. So the inner fender here would actually drop down, mount in the back, and it should slide all the way over to where this would bolt in. But as you can see, we're having some pretty significant fitment issues where the compressor is hitting the inner fender, and that's going to put a mini compressor, and the mini compressor will sit much higher and toward the center of the motor, giving us all that extra space for the inner fenders. So the next step for us to do is to go ahead and pull this bracket system off. The nice thing is we called ICT Billet, and they were kind enough to offer us a refund on this one. So we're going to be very careful in removing the parts so that it looks like a new system when we send it back to them, so they can repackage it and resell it. And we're going to show you a little bit about the new system and the installation. And also, I had to get a different kind of compressor, or the mini compressor, which has a different mounting system. So this nice compressor, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to use in our application. So we'll be back at you as soon as we remove these parts, and we'll bring out the new stuff and show you what it's like breaking open the new system. And there's the last bolt. This thing was a whole lot easier taking it off than putting it on, so now we get to have some fun with the new parts. Okay, we're back, and we're going to start unpackaging what we get from ICT Billet. This basically comes to you from priority mail, and it'll show up in your U.S. postal mailbox. It's kind of like Christmas all the time here. We get to open lots of presents. And the packaging of this particular kit looks very similar to the one. It's nice, shrink wrapped, and what we'll do is we'll pull this thing out and assort it by size. This package, this is actually a 55-1352-3. And it's actually called it's for the Sanden 7176 compressor, which is the mini compressor, and it's $124 shipped to your door. I have a feeling it's going to go on very similar to the other system. A lot of the parts look very, very similar. And as you know, we normally don't like to keep instructions, but we're going to do it on this one. What we're going to do is we're going to sit down and read the instructions for a little bit, and we'll be back with you. Okay, we're back with you. What we've done is we've taken all of the parts and we've sorted them by, it has sections 1, 2, 3, and 4 that we're supposed to put together here. And the very first piece is the one that we mount to the head of the engine. So what we're going to do is go ahead and throw that on real quick. And we're going to keep all of this stuff loosely fitted so that we can come back and tighten it all up a little bit later. there's 3 spacers here. One of them you can't put in until you get another bolt, so we're going to just let that spacer float for now. Now section 2 says that what we should do, and I've got all of these bolts kind of in the place that they belong to, says that we should go ahead and get this guy mounted up. There we go. Now we're going to start putting this kit together. One of these actually gets a nut. Well, I think we are. There we go. This extra spacer. Helps if we grab the right spacer. Good news is we have 2 cameras going here, so you can kind of follow us as I pan in and out of some of these shots. And it says that the ribbed pulley is going to go on the top side here. So we're going to take this ribbed pulley with an insert. As you can see, the insert goes into the ribbed pulley. And we're going to come through. Snug that guy up. And as we found in our last kit, it does not use the belt tensioner off of the 5.3 liter truck. It actually uses a early model Camaro LS belt tensioner, but it does come with the flat pulley, which is a flat surface pulley for the back of the belt to ride on. Spin freely. And the last pieces that we're going to talk about is actually mounting up the compressor. What I'm going to do is go ahead and snug all this stuff down, and then we're going to unbox the compressor. I'm going to show you a little bit of the differences between the 508 compressor that we removed and the new style compressor. So we'll be back with you in a few minutes. Okay, now we're going to talk a little bit about compressors. This is the 508 style that we removed from the truck that no longer works for us. We went on eBay and we tracked down the new style, which is a 7176, and it is considerably smaller. It's a little bit shorter in profile, you'll see. And what this does is gives us a little bit more room to fit it into the round where the head of the truck is. It's not a polished one or like this one, but it will certainly do. So what we're going to do is go ahead and try to mount this thing up. Now you'll notice in here that the front bolts are actually threaded, and they gave us the proper screws to thread in the front bolts. Actuality, I am mounting this upside down because these parts should be facing upward. And these are a little bit of a snug alignment, so you'll have to work with them. And that is the complete system. What we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and mount the radiator core support back, and we're going to do a little short demonstration of how the inner fender fits now. Okay, we're back at you. We have the radiator core support all mounted back up. We have the new compressor set up in. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a test fit of the inner fender, and let's cross our fingers and hope this thing works this time. We are in good. We have about 2.5 inches of clearance, which is perfect for our application. Put that aside. The moral of the story is test fit all of your body panels before you buy all of your accessories for your engine, because often you're going to find that you think it looks like you got plenty of room, but these old trucks in our particular application are what they call a narrow engine bay, and I wasn't counting on that because I've never seen this truck assembled. So that's chalk it up to a learning experience, a little bit of extra work, and a second video. The product is extremely easy to install, the ICT Billet. I would recommend it. It's $129 for the bracket. Comes with the 2 pulleys. You're going to find that you're going to have to do the Camaro belt tensioner. If you don't have one handy, like I happen to have had one, they're going to be about 65 bucks. So you're somewhere under $200 plus a $125 compressor. and you're in business. Now, the one thing on the compressors that I'm finding out is these mini compressors require some additional fittings, and those fitting kits usually run somewhere in the $50 to $60 range. So definitely count on a little bit more spend on this, but the small compressor actually looks kind of cool in here. So we appreciate you being with us. Don't forget to leave some comments, like us, and come back and visit often. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for joining us today at the Full Octane Garage. We hope you enjoyed this episode. If you liked what you saw, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Also subscribe to our channel and like us on Facebook. Also, we'd love to have some feedback on what you like, what you don't like, and things you'd like to see in the future. So leave us some comments.